go. And we'll have everything here for you in just a little bit, so stay tuned. If you're on Twitch or YouTube, welcome to the show. We'll be getting going here in just a couple of minutes or so, maybe less than a minute, give or take. I want to make certain everybody's on board with everything for this evening. We do see the potential of more rain in the forecast, no question about that, but we also see the potential, again, of some more flash flooding in the semi-near future. We'll talk more about that. If you have any questions, drop them into the comments section, and stay tuned for more as we bring downtown Chattanooga online with weather overtime. Stay tuned because here we go. All right, it is Wednesday, peak of the week, first Wednesday of August 2026. It is not seeing any problems in the way of major amounts of rainfall this evening. Most of the rain from earlier tonight has basically fallen apart. We'll take a look at radar here coming up in just a little bit. Into the school day tomorrow, a lot of places going back to school. We'll have that forecast for you. It is also election day tomorrow for the primaries, so time to get out and vote. And again, remember, when you skip voting, that's not protest, that's surrender. So let's make certain that we are all paying attention to the weather. And if you can get out and cast your ballot, don't make an excuse. Get out and get it done if you have not done so already. I'll be voting in my precinct tomorrow. I prefer voting on election day if at all possible, but again, it's sending in the ballot if necessary. That is something that works. So if we need to, again, that's something to consider in the next election. But tomorrow, get out and cast your ballot. Coming up, we'll talk more about all of that and see if we have any relief from the heat and humidity, which, again, the short answer to that is no. If you've never visited us here on News 12's Weather Overtime, our exclusive video weather blog, if you have questions about the forecast, we are live right now on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So if you don't want to watch on Facebook, you can watch us on other channels as well. If you got questions, let us know. If you'd like to contact us directly, our website down at the bottom of the screen, and in the blue bar beneath, you can see my email address at aonek@wdef.com. And that's a good way to make certain you can get a hold of anybody through our particular website. Let's get going and show you more about what we saw out there for today. 93, the high temperature, just above normal for this time of the year. Again, very close to where we should be, if not just a little bit above normal, thanks to that extra sunshine coming on through. Rainfall, we are behind for August already, and we're way behind for the year, approaching 7 inches deficit on rainfall. We could desperately use some more. Doesn't look like we're going to be picking up a lot, but hopefully some to give us a little bit of relief out there, at least anyway. Coming up again for tomorrow, that is where we're going to be seeing the potential for more in the way of showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon. Lunchtime and afterwards, that'll be the best potential for getting anything in the way of better chances of rain. So going to school tomorrow, probably not too much to worry about there. Coming home from school, that could be a much different story. So definitely want to pack the rain gear for the students, the teachers, and the administrators out there to make certain that everybody's all covered, especially going home on those bikes and walking to home or walking from the bus stop to the homestead. That, again, could be a bit of a problem there. Overnight, temperatures back in the lower 70s as we get into snack time, past about midnight or so. Clouds coming and going, and again, as we said, the chances of rain pretty much gone for right now, but there are some leftover showers and a couple of thunderstorms up north of Athens between there and Knoxville, but really not much more than that. And if you got any pictures, we'd love to see what you're showing out there. You can see our picture of the day available here from News 12 viewer Sheena Flowers of the Chatsworth area. Nice gray colors above, very colorful shot, pool water, and the flowers down below, so a nice contraindication there. So thank you very much, Sheena Flowers from Chatsworth, for our picture of the day. If you've got pictures, we'd love to see what you're seeing out there, so go ahead and send those in to us at our website, our email address, or our social media pages if you'd like to turn yours in. Thanks to the Tennessee Aquarium for letting us borrow their secret reef cam. Some sharks might be swimming by here at some point in time. This is an awesome webcam to use when it comes to just a general background. Putting these up on the studio monitors that we have here makes it feel like you're kind of in the aquarium itself. So thanks very much for that, and thanks to HEP Heating for being our sponsor for the weather window picture of the day. Downtown on the 1% list, scenic city camera looking back to the north and east from the EPB building. Not too much to show you outside of clouds coming and going. A little bit of a breeze out of the south, Old Glory. Again, catching a little bit of some waves out there for tonight, but not too much in the way of rain for now. Taking a look at temperatures in the mid-70s and dew point temperatures just below the air temperatures. So that means we have a very sultry atmosphere, 90% going on there. Southeasterly winds stirring the humidity around, but really not much more than that. The dark gray colors are showing, again, where smoke is located in the atmosphere, and that mainly into the mid-south Mississippi Valley area. Every single red dot that you see on the screen is a new fire located by the VEERS satellite system, and there's still some pretty good plumes available around the area south of Birmingham. And again, this is where a lot of the local haze has been coming from, but most of that has been washed out, and most of the heaviest smoke back to the west of the area. So there's just not that much going on for now. We do have some pretty good air quality, green or good overall. Carbon monoxide is up a little bit, but even that number, while it looks large, is in, again, the number measured in parts per billion. And so far, that's not anything to be worried about. The rest of the exhaust particle pollution, smoke and soot, single digits. We haven't seen that for a while. Particle pollution, a little larger. Dust, pollen, and soil, double digits, but way lower double digits. And everything else on here, ozone gas is up a little bit from yesterday, but still in the green or good category. So not much showing up there when it comes to any particular problems. We have some light showers left over back to the northeast of Chattanooga, and those up around I-75 just to the southwest of the Knoxville area. So we're picking up a little bit of activity going on right up through here. Some heavier rain showers from west of Greensboro down to west of Warner Robins in Georgia. Beyond that, there's just not that much happening. We do have a front trying to make its way in from the northwest, but high pressure, strong dome of high pressure across the western Atlantic, that is pushing in a lot of warm, moist air, and it's impeding the progress of this storm system. And there's another system beyond that, all the way up into Canada, west of Hudson Bay, that could be heading our direction. But for right now, that strong dome of high pressure is going to keep this system well away from our area. So the chances of anything really organized or severe, that's not going to be happening. What's also not going to be happening is, as long as we have these clouds and this rain around the area, the very clear air, the sunshine, and the hotter temperatures, mid-south, central Arkansas, western areas of Mississippi, that's where the really hot, more typical August weather will be residing in the next several days. So we're going to catch a bit of a break where it comes to our temperatures. Warm and muggy at night. Call it hot and humid, again, with temperatures back in the 80s and 90s with some passing showers. Our next storm systems that could be affecting us will not be doing so, but we'll see this area here. Plenty of warm, moist air circulating around the southeast United States. Sun shines down on that, boils the atmosphere, and that is where we're going to see more potential of showers and thunderstorms into the next several days. So beyond that, just really not that much happening. The chances of rain really start to diminish, or at least become more sparse, when we get into Sunday evening. That's also when our threat for flash flooding diminishes. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Lows tonight, a few mid-60s in the area of the Blue Ridge and into the Appalachians. The rest of the area, high 60s to low 70s. Again, with all that clouds and rainfall going on, not much of anything going to be expected here in the way of powerfully triple-digit hot conditions, but we do see some pretty warm numbers. Now, these are just the air temperatures. Combine this with a very good dollop of humidity, and that is where we could see some pretty steamy conditions, maybe about 100 or so. on the heat index scale. But for right now, that's about as hot as we're going to be getting. Next couple of days, again, the potential for flash flooding is going to be remaining across the area tonight and into tomorrow, and again into Friday for basically all of the News 12 viewing area. Also for Saturday into the weekend, there will be that flash flooding potential. And then we get into Sunday, and the flash flooding potential diminishes and heads well back up from the areas of the Great Lakes into the upper plain states and the upper Mississippi Valley. For us, we're just not seeing too much of anything going on, finally diminishing the possibility of flash flooding. So some fairly good news there. Not seeing any problems into the Atlantic. Again, dry, dusty air from the Sahara is helping to keep things quiet, but it's also El Nino that is responsible for this warmer water area of the Pacific, doing a very good job of quashing any hurricane development in the Atlantic. It's also responsible for spinning up 3 new disturbances from, again, west to east, numbers 1, 2, and 3. All of them have the chance of maybe a 20% possibility of development. All of them appear to be scooting south of the Hawaiian Islands, so it does not appear to be a major concern if you're heading to Hawaii for a vacation. So good news on that, but there is going to be the potential of, again, a lot more activity. We haven't even hit the peak of hurricane season yet. That happens in about a month, so we have a long way to go on both coasts to get us through the peak of hurricane season. And it's possible, from what it looks like right now, that we will not be seeing a huge potential for the season, thanks to El Nino, thanks to the Sahara Desert, to all of that. We just don't seem to be having that much of an impact going on. So again, good news for that. Election day, again, get out and cast your ballot if you're able to do so. Numbers into the 80s tomorrow, probably the mid to high 80s to lower 90s briefly. In between the clouds and the rainfall, we should see, again, some sunshine out there, but the potential of more thunderstorms will be worse in the midsection of the day, less as the polls open and as the polls close. So there is some good news out there. And again, please do not let the weather be an excuse. This is not a severe weather situation, so we do not see anything in the way of anything catastrophic or life-threatening taking place with the weather. With situations like this, it's inconvenient to have the weather out there, yes, but it's not the excuse to not vote. So please get out and cast your ballot again if you haven't done so early already. So please keep that in mind. Venus sinking slowly in the west, a little hazy from Island Cove Marina and Resort. Looking back to the west, fairly placid waters of Lake Chickamauga, and not seeing any visibility problems, but there could be some fog out there. Tomorrow's not only election day, it is also National Root Beer Float Day, and there will be the potential of isolated areas of flash flooding taking place, and the chances of showers and thunderstorms diminish but stick around into next week. World Lion Day on Monday. Temperatures a little hotter, back in the high 80s to around the lower 90s. So we again see that potential of more in the way of showers and thunderstorms, but we also again are going to be seeing more potential of thunderstorms sticking around. Outdoor camps, after school activities, really going to have to pay attention to this into the early afternoon and evening hours, so something to pay attention to on that. Weather poll question of the day: what percentage of lightning strikes are actually fatal to humans? Not all of them are. People have survived lightning strikes, but how many are actually fatal? 10%, 50%, or 75%? And the answer, in a tie with 50%, is actually the correct answer. 10% have been considered to be fatal, according to the statistics of the last several decades. So half of you got it right, half of you did not, and nobody voted for 75%. So need to be able to see that there. So thanks to everybody for voting in our poll, and thanks to everybody for, again, watching our poll pages for sports, news, for live Let's Chat at 10 o'clock in the morning. So again, thanks to everybody for posting that. The World Meteorological Organization is offering their contest to enter your pictures in the next calendar they have. They have a calendar with pictures about weather from all over the world, and the deadline for the entry is coming up in 10 days time, give or take, 16th of August 2026. If you'd like to enter your picture, there's no cash prize involved, but getting your picture in as part of a worldwide calendar distribution, that's not too shabby, you have to admit. So if you'd like to do so, go to WMO World Meteorological Organization.int/calendar 2027. So that's a good place to enter the contest. And again, remember, you only have 10 days to do so if you'd like to enter in on the contest there and to keep track out to what's going on. That should do it for tonight. Again, things are relatively quiet, so we've only been on for about 15 minutes or so. So far, also not seeing anything in the way of any comments or questions on Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube for this evening, but nice to have everybody stopping by for at least a little bit. Numbers into the next few days, again, not changing by too much. Don't forget about Chip Chapman. He's got your forecast coming up bright and early on the morning show. Check out Time Saver Traffic. Find out what the weather is going to be right before you head for the polls tomorrow. Please get out and vote. Please remind everybody you know to do the same. It's very important for us to remember to do that, as we are all part of the same nation. We need to, again, cherish that right that we have to vote. So please get out and cast your ballot. Questions, concerns, anything else that we can do for you here at News 12, please drop them again to anybody around the News 12 studio and newsroom, WDEF.com. And again, you can catch us on all of these social media pages if you'd like to check in and see what's going on. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austen Onek. We'll keep you updated on weather through the rest of the week, so keep it tuned to News 12 on air and online. And thanks for